Hello YouTube, Tony T here with Dad Blader. Today I'm going to show you how to modify your Them skate liner so that if you're on the larger end of the dual sized boots, that you can actually fit into your boot comfortably, as the liners are quite large and snug. Now I personally am a 12.5 regular shoe size, so I kind of fall in between. I would really like to have a boot that's a 12 to 13. However, when I take the liner out and stick my foot in with like a sock, there's room to spare. So I know that if I were to downsize and get a slimmer liner, that I could fit into this boot comfortably. But since I already spent $230 on my setup, I can't really afford to get like Intuition liners or anything like that right away. So this modification is so that you can quickly, just a quick fix to be able to fit into your skate comfortably. You are going to damage your liner, but that way you can skate them without having to spend extra money until they come out with new sizes. Let's get started. So for this modification, the tools that you're gonna need are a seam ripper. Looks like this. You can pick these up at Walmart for like under $5. This one was just $1. So this helps get up under the threads to rip the seam out without causing a huge mess. The next thing I have here is a box cutter. Really we just need the razor blade. It just helps to kind of cut. You can also use an X-Acto knife if you don't have that. The last thing you're going to need for this modification is 2 pair of no-show socks. You can pick these up at Journeys. They sell them in packs for pretty cheap, but these things stretch out and are actually going to stretch around the liner so that where we modify, your toes can stretch through and not hit the shell or have any type of like injury from that.
Okay, so you're going to use your seam ripper on this bottom stitch right here, and then we're going to cut along here with the box cutter. And that's pretty much it. So here's some pictures of other people who've done this downsizing. I mean, it looks kind of ghetto, but that's what you're getting yourself into with this. All right, so that's gonna free up your toes. Now you have the correct size. So now it's time to use the no-shows to kind of keep the fabric on the end of your liner from bunching up or anything like that. You're still gonna need something else to put up against the end of your boot, or the end of the inside of your boot. Right here I got some bubble wrap, but you could use felt, something like that. You just need something thin that's soft, so that your toes, when they're sticking through the sock, aren't still touching the hard part of your shell. Right now I'm just using a fabric that I cut off of another shoe that I wasn't wearing anymore, but it's just a thin fabric to put on the end. You could also put one no-show on, put the fabric in, and then put another no-show on top of it to kind of keep it in. So there you go.
Also, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Back to Blading and 2Qs on YouTube. They've been a huge inspiration for me. I used to skate like 15 or so years ago. I had a pair of the Aaron Feinberg ST1s. There just wasn't any like a scene where I was, and I ended up getting into skateboarding. I could definitely jump some stairs, 180, 360 down them, do some grabs, frontside grinds, soul grinds, but because there wasn't a scene or anyone around me, I just kind of watched the X Games and stuff I could find online, and eventually I ended up trading those skates for something. I actually contacted the guy that I traded to as a kid on Facebook, and he was like, oh no man, that was like 12 years ago, I don't have those skates anymore. So I was kind of bummed out. I'm sure my foot probably grew, so I probably couldn't get into them anyways, but would have been cool to see those. So yeah, huge shout out to those guys and just anyone that's supporting the sport right now. I mean, I'm terrible. I was like daydreaming, thinking getting back into the sport was going to be easy, and the first day I had my skates, I was like, holy crap, I'm so out of shape and out of skill. But hopefully I can upload some more videos and just kind of show the progress there and relearning the sport. I know it's a ton of fun, and yeah, hopefully, you know, can kind of get more people involved and all that stuff too. So just make sure to like and subscribe. That way you can stay tuned as I upload videos on me progressing in the sport and trying to get better at it. All right, thanks guys.